In today's video, I have the only 10 loadouts you'll need for Season 10 in Call of Duty Mobile. If you enjoy, hit the like button and let's get into it. For our first loadout, we're starting out with a Marksman rifle. It's the SKS, 1 shot to the head, 2 shots to the body. I'm sure you've played against SKS users in ranked matches, but here is my gunsmith. As always, let me know what you think of it in the comments down below, or if you want to share a gunsmith of your own, comment that too. I do read most of your comments. Next up, for my secondary, I actually switched to the LCAR this season just because personal preference. I like it a lot. Next up, I'm running the Annihilator on all my long range builds. I mean, you could run the Claw. I typically switch between the Claw and the Annihilator. For my perks, the SKS, I like to walk around the map, aim down sights, obviously, because you don't want to be caught out because it takes a long time to zoom in. I run Skulker, and then I run a Toughness. There's a lot of hit flinch and Dead Silent. Crucial unless you're playing Hardpoint or Domination. I would even argue that it's pretty important on those two game modes. For loadout number 2, we have a new gun. The CX9 was released last season, did not receive any usage recently until this update where they gave it a massive buff. Here is my gunsmith that I'm rocking. If you do not have the mythic, I recommend taking off CX9 Ace Grip or the Operator Foregrip and putting on a red dot. I really like the red dot. My secondary is a butterfly knife. I just think it looks cool and it matches the CX9 skin. You could also put the LCAR on there if you wanted. I also like to use the Claw a lot. I think it's really good. Most of the time with the CX9, you're going to be close to the hard point or you're going to be in a building, and the Claw excels at close range because the bullets bounce off the walls. Next up, we have Molotov Trophy. As usual, I pretty much run it for all my class setups here, and Lightweight for moving faster, Ghost so they don't see you on the radar, and Dead Silence. And then we have the Switchblade. This is the best SMG in the game right now, without a doubt, hands down, and this is my gunsmith. So that's the gunsmith. And I have a knife as my secondary just so I can move around faster. You can also use an LCAR for any of these builds with a knife as a secondary. You can always switch it out for the first pistol gunsmith I showed. And then of course we have the Claw for the same reason as the CX9, and then Molotov and this really fun stim shot. Stim shot you could put a trophy on if you want, but I love stim shot. I think it's really satisfying to spin around, do some movement, and kill someone. It feels good. Next up, we have Lightweight, Toughness, which you could, again, switch out for Ghost if you really wanted to, and Dead Silence. And then we have the HVK. This is the best assault rifle, probably actually the best gun in the game right now. It's a 2-shot if you hit him in the head, or a 3-shot to the body, which is ridiculous for an assault rifle. This is my build. It's a little bit slower. You can build it, you know, to have more mobility if you want. I do like the LCAR because you run out of bullets a lot with this, and it takes a bit to reload. Pinpoint, I'm rocking for most of my assault rifles this season. This perk is banned in competitive play because it increases your aim assist and outlines enemies when you hit them or take damage from them. It's really, really busted. You should abuse it if you're using assault rifles. And then Toughness because there's a lot of flinch on the HVK. Moving on to loadout number 5, we have the Graw. This is a new fan favorite, new rank favorite. I like to run red dot. You don't need to. You could put a stock on here if you don't want to use red dot and you're fine with the iron sights. I think the iron sights are a little too small for my liking. And then for our secondary, we have the LCAR just for those close range fights, and of course Pinpoint again, Ghost, and Dead Silence. This is just a pretty basic ranked build. Moving on to loadout number 6, we have the Fennec, which fell off a little bit because they did nerf it. I'm running a bit of a range build. You have a lot of range with the MIP extended light barrel and monolithic suppressor. I still think this gun is very good, especially on a map like Summit, and I would even recommend running stim shot over trophy if you wanted to, and then you could take off the Annihilator and slap on the Claw too. Just giving you some options here. I do like Toughness. There is a lot of flinch, and of course Lightweight to move around faster. And then we have the LK24. This is my gunsmith. Not really much has changed with it. The gun itself has changed. It's gotten a little bit worse. It's still pretty dominant, but this is the best LK build for sure. You can also run red dot if you do not have this skin. This skin's a little bit pay to win. And then I have my typical LCAR build, as well as Skulker for moving around the map, ADS faster, and Ghost 2, as well as, you know, Trophy, Molotov, all that stuff. Moving on to loadout number 8, we got the Kilo 141 Demon Song. Now this is, I actually haven't even touched this loadout since last season, so it's literally the same as my last video. Nothing much has changed. This gun is still really dominant, so I apologize. I haven't really changed too much on this. I haven't really seen a reason to change it. This is probably the best kilo loadout you can find anywhere. Next up, we have number 9, the UL736 Octopus. I haven't changed anything on this either. I still think the UL is my favorite LMG, and I think it's going to remain at the very top, right above the Holger for a while now. I just think people don't really, people don't really use it as much because the Holger is just their favorite. They're so used to it. You could also take off the granulated grip tape to run a red dot if you really wanted to, but I do like the clean iron sights on the UL. So that's it for this build. And then number 10, we have a sniper. This is a very aggressive sniper build. I'm running the DLQ with all aim down sights, increased speed attachments, and FMJ. As well as for my secondary, I like to knife swap, so I run a butterfly knife. But I would recommend, if you're not doing that, which you probably shouldn't be doing because knife swapping is super loud now, they increase the sound of it, I would put on a pistol. And then I do like to run a grenade and a trophy. This is more of a search and destroy type build, and we have amped for faster weapon swapping, which is important on a sniper. In case you hit marker, you can take out your pistol and kill him really fast, or you can just knife swap faster. So that's it for my 10 loadouts of this season. I know there's more guns that are good right now, but I just couldn't fit them into these 10. If you guys enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.